is okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. When a godbrother of his, who had been born in a Brahmana family and who would not accept food cooked or served by Srila Prabhupada's disciples, wrote asking for funds, Srila Prabhupada, sarcastically with thinly disguised disdain for his godbrother's perception of his disciples, replied, "Yes, it is Bhagavan's special mercy upon me that I am getting such immense wealth. You will be pleased to know that my books are selling to the extent of $1 million per month. But this money is coming from Malechas and Yavanas. That is the difficulty. This money is not coming from Brahmanas. Therefore, I am afraid to contribute to you as you request. How shall I give to you and pollute you?" They are all Malechas and you are a rigid Brahmana. So how will you accept it? If you like, you can hand over the management charge of your temple and my devotees will manage. Their qualification, he explained, is evident by how they have given everything, even their lives, to Krishna. These boys and girls have given up everything and they are trying to push on this moment. That is their only desire. They have come here, leaving their own country, working very hard. They have no desire for their personal satisfaction. They are working under the direction of their spiritual master to fulfill the desire of Krishna and Lord Chaitanya. Many envious people accuse the Krishna consciousness movement of spoiling the rigidity of so-called Hinduism. That is not actually the fact. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu confirms that devotional service to the Lord, the cult of Bhagavata Dharma, which is now being spread as the Hare Krishna movement, can be spread in every country to every person in any condition of life and in all circumstances. Bhagavata Dharma does not restrict pure devotees to the Hindu community. A devotee is above Brahmana, therefore it is not incompatible to offer the sacred thread to devotees in Europe, America, Australia, Japan, Canada, and so on. Sometimes these pure devotees who have been accepted by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are not allowed to enter certain temples in India. Also, some high caste Brahmanas and Goswamis refuse to take prasad in the temples of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Actually, this is against the instruction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Devotees can come from any country and they can belong to any creed or race. On the strength of this verse, those who are actually devotees and followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu must accept devotees from all parts of the world as pure Vaishnavas. They should be accepted not artificially but factually. One should see how they are advanced in Krishna consciousness and how they are conducting deity worship, Sankirtan and Rath Yatra. Considering all these points, envious persons must henceforward refrain from their malicious atrocities. He pointed out that instead of being envious that Krishna consciousness is spreading all over the world by the grace of Lord Chaitanya, those who are jealous should be happy. In November 1972, when Srila Prabhupada returned to Vrindavan with his Western disciples, he enjoined the caste consciousness Brahmanas and Goswamis. Our purpose should be to serve Krishna with our senses purified of false designations. This is the transcendental stage. A Vaishnava should not be considered European or American. No, we have to become designationless. We should forget all these false identities. So many nonsense things are going on for want of actual spiritual education. This Krishna consciousness movement proposes that nobody should think of himself as belonging to a certain family, sect, or nation. All these designations have created havoc in the world. Shaitala Devidasi put into perspective of Srila Prabhupada's struggle for his overseas disciples in India. I would like people to understand clearly how far Srila Prabhupada struggled for us, how radical it was for him to bring us, how radical it was for him to bring us Malechas to India and allow Western Brahmanas to worship on the altar, which had never been done in the history of the planet, as far as I know. Many devotees don't realize how revolutionary that was. The history of the caste conscious Brahmanical hegemony goes way back. What is this hegemony? Hegemony means leadership, dominance. Okay. Okay, we have it is written. Hegemony means battle, struggle. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's Parikrama party was stoned in Vrindavan simply because he gave Brahminical initiation to those not born in Brahmana families. Also, Narottam Das Thakur and so many others had to confront these challenges. I don't think people realize what power it took for Srila Prabhupada to break down the wall of these firmly held beliefs. So this is another point. The risk that Srila Prabhupada took to initiate Malaysias. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati took the risk of initiating non-Brahmanas, but Prabhupada took it all the way to farthest possible limits by initiating not only non-Brahmanas but Malaysians and bringing them to Vrindavan and having them to deity worship there. Having them do deity worship there. Okay. V. Swami Nityabadha. Who is this V. Swami Nityabadha? Hare Krishna. Are you able to hear me? Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, I am able to hear.
Venkat. Oh, Venkat Swami. Oh, Meera. Okay. Okay, Prabhuji, can you please read? Is it okay? You are coming after,
okay,
you are coming for the first time to attend the sessions?
No, sometimes I am attending, but not total whole period. Some 10 minutes, 15 minutes like that I am attending.
So now you can you please read for us?
Okay, Prabhuji, I will read. How female disciples pursued him, mostly from a bond of love, Srila Prabhupada and his daughters. Draupadi Devi Das's impression. Although Prabhupada had the external form of an elderly person, he had internal beauty, grace, wisdom, and freshness that he manifested externally at every moment. Rasarani Devi Dasi, remarking about the multifacetedness of Srila Prabhupada's personality, saw him as being humble and grateful. He would behave in different ways according to the time, place, and circumstances, sometimes combination and angry, and at other times childlike, playful, and funny. Jagarini Devidasi similarly noted his countenance was regal yet humble, and he was powerful and gentle at the same time. To Bhajagovinda Dasi.
That is Jagarini Devidasi.
Jagarini Devidasi.
Jagarini Devidasi.
Okay, Prabhu. To Bhajagovinda Dasi, Prabhupada was so regal, it was like he was from another planet. He was a big, golden, merciful person with a glowing gold effulgence. For 2 months in Los Angeles, Vrindavaneshwari Devidasi observed his grace, his humility, his loving glance, his appreciation of many small things. Taruni Devidasi found his presence to be kindly inviting, stable, and giving, and his mercy was powerful. Tilaka Devidasi's observations. To be seen by Srila Prabhupada felt very special because his vision was infused with Krishna's mercy, and he saw us as eternal servants of Krishna and not the material body. Because of that vision of seeing Jivera Swarupahai Krishnera Nityadasa, he was able to relate to people from many different social and cultural backgrounds. In Bhagavad Gita, in Bhagavati Devidasi's words, everywhere he went, he transformed matter into a spiritual place. Krishna Kumari Devidasi recalls, we credited every success to his mercy. He in turn repeatedly credited every success to our participation and the mercy of his spiritual master who has sent you all. He made us feel wanted and valuable, although we know we were virtually worthless without him. Deenatarini Devidasi found that with us, Western Srila Prabhupada dealt with every configuration of strangeness, strangeness, yet did it with
Strangeness.
strange, strangeness, yet did it with aplomb, compassion, and care. Likewise, Brahmi Devidasi, Srila Prabhupada accepted us and took it on himself to train and guide us, although we had no idea how to behave.
How to
Jyotirmayi Devi,
behave? How to behave, Prabhu? How to behave?
sorry, how to behave, sorry, how to, yeah, okay. Jyotirmayi Devidasi, we did everything the way Prabhupada did it because that's the only way we knew how to do it, and we felt constant spiritual ecstasy. It was completely out of this world. Uttama Devidasi, addressing Srila Prabhupada directly, you are so potent that even a few drops of devotional service accepted by you is enough to grant one a place in the spiritual world. Sharadiya Devidasi, being with Prabhupada, we would be completely at peace. No matter how many people were in the room with Prabhupada, everyone felt very complete and satisfied. It's not that Prabhupada had to talk to each and every one of us, but just being there, we were very peaceful and satisfied.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you. That's what a devotee said. You should not be nervous while reading. You are nervous, I think. Your tension. Don't feel nervous. You can be cool, nicely, slowly. You can read it. Okay. Okay, Atindriya Prabhu. Start.
Yes,
Chapter
Gauri.
2.
Hare
How he
Krishna.
saw his disciples sent by Guru and Krishna. Wow, beautiful title.
Chapter 2, How he saw his disciples sent by Guru and Krishna. While emphasizing his position as spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada also repeatedly said that his disciples were representatives of his own spiritual master and of Krishna, sent to assist him. I am so pleased to have your association, and I always thank my spiritual master, Om Vishnupad Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, for his favor by sending me some sincere representative of him in missionary activities in this part of the world. I came here to execute his will, and by his grace, I have so many good souls like you. Brahmananda, Satswarupa, Haigrivu, Rairam, Haridas, Mukund, etc. I consider you all as representative of my Guru Maharaj to help me in this helpless condition. Krishna was very kind to me when he sent you to me for cooperating. It is all Krishna's grace that he has sent such nice assistants to me for executing the mission of my spiritual master. Personally, I am a non-entity. I have come here on the order of my spiritual master, and he has kindly sent you all boys to assist me. Krishna is so kind that he has sent me so many boys and girls like you. You are doing so much for fulfilling the desire of my spiritual master. So you are indirectly the representative of my Guru Maharaj. He has been helping me in this matter by sending so many young boys and girls. Otherwise, who would help me in this mission while I came here empty handed and without any friend? I am always thankful to Krishna that I have somehow got so many wonderful boys like yourself to assist me. I came to preach Krishna consciousness, and Krishna has sent so many representatives to help me. I consider like that. Without your help, I could not do. I wanted Krishna's help. So Krishna has sent you. Therefore, you are representatives of Krishna. That is my conception. Krishna was all along preparing something I could not see, and he brought you to me one by one. Sincere American boys and girls, to be trained for doing the work of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna has been so kind upon me to have sent so many sincere disciples to help me push on this movement on behalf of my Guru Maharaj. I am dependent upon you, my older disciples, to carry it on. I have done very little actually. Now that these boys and girls are pushing this movement all over the world, the honor is going to them. I have not manufactured I have not manufactured them or given them money. They have come their own free will with their own money. They are professional men, not beggars. Krishna has sent them to me because this is something an old man cannot do alone. Open centers, build temples, print and sell books. What power do I have to do such things? But Krishna has all power. He sees that these boys are sincere. Therefore, he is providing success for this movement. Should I continue, Prabhuji?
Okay, Prabhu, I'll request some other devotees to read. Thank you.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay, Kartikeya Rishi, you can start. He's not hearing. Okay, Jagannath Chandra Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, yes.
Continue.
Disciples as gurus. Several times Srila Prabhupada said that his disciples were his gurus in as much as they were representatives of his Guru Maharaj. Addressing an Indian audience, this Krishna consciousness movement is expanding by their help. I am alone, but they are helping me. They are my gurus. I'm not their guru because they are helping me in executing my Guru Maharaj's order. Directly speaking to disciples, my Guru Maharaj has sent so many gurus to take care of me. You're all my Guru Maharaj's representatives. Actually, all of you are my gurus. My Guru Maharaj has given me this service to do, and I came here with little, very little. It is because of you that this is going on. So I offer you my respects as my gurus. Devotees in previous lives. Addressing a misconception then prevalent in India, Srila Prabhupada wrote, it is not that devotees are born only in India. There are devotees in all parts of the world, but they have simply forgotten their identity. The evidence was seriousness with which many of his disciples took to Krishna consciousness. Those who have very seriously taken to this Krishna consciousness society are not ordinary persons. They must have had such culture in their previous life. While acknowledging that devotees and other advanced transcendentalists generally take birth in India, Srila Prabhupada noted that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's and for worldwide preaching necessitated that the devotees who previously were in India now appear in the West. I think some of you, like yourself, Satswarupa, Brahmananda, Mukunda, Gargamuni, Achyutananda, and all of you had already cultivated this Krishna consciousness in your past life. Now, Lord Chaitanya wants this moment should be spread in Western countries. So most probably in your previous births, you are all Indians and cultivated this Krishna consciousness. Now Lord Chaitanya has placed you in the western part of the world so that you can now combine together and broadcast the holy message all over the world. When Vishala Das asked, a devotee said that some of your disciples, such as Vishnu Jana Maharaj, Gargmuni Maharaj, and Brahmananda Maharaj, all came to aid in Lord Chaitanya's movement. Is this true? Srila Prabhupada replied, yes, certainly. Everyone is helping. You also. Stating that my Guru Maharaj has sent many associates of Lord Chaitanya to assist me in the mission of spreading Krishna consciousness, Srila Prabhupada specifically stated that Jai
This
Pataka,
mission. Hare Krishna, this mission, not the mission, this mission.
this mission of spreading Krishna consciousness, Srila Prabhupada specifically stated that Jai Pataka Swami was an eternal associate of Lord Chaitanya. Haribol, Hare Krishna. He told one devotee, in your last life, you were a devotee, but you do not remember. To a newcomer in New York, Srila Prabhupada wrote, your natural attraction for Krishna makes it show that in your previous birth, you have cultured these signs of Krishna consciousness. And in another letter, he stated, so many Vaishnavas have taken birth in America. Now America is going to be glorified. Again, I think the boy Terry is God sent. In this past life, he must have cultivated these signs of Krishna consciousness, and therefore he has automatically been attracted to do this moment. And who knows if all the boys and girls joining me were not born by the supreme will of Krishna just to help me in this great task of distributing Krishna consciousness in the Western world specifically.
Okay, one second. Ramdas Prabhu, you had something to say?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dhanyavad pronounced. Yeah, it was interesting. I was just wondering where this was coming from. Can you give me like where, especially where Srila
Reference?
Prabhupada was mentioned? Can you tell me
What you want?
where the citation is coming from? Where it's actually
Citation of
quoted
what?
from? Where it says that they're all devotees from previous life, and they're
It's given. Prabhupada is telling in the past time you were a devotee, but you don't remember. This is there. Your reference is there. Henry Doktorsky, Gold, Guns and God, volume 1, something somewhere, some book. And this one, Jayapatak Maharaj was a general associate. There is a reference. The reference previously, Satyaraj Das from Malwaki to Mayapur. There is the new book by Satyaraj Prabhu on Jayapatak Maharaj. In that book it is written. Yeah, every reference is there here. Like here, there is a reference, conversation, summer 1972, Los Angeles. It's like that. Yeah.
okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. Okay, Prabhu. Continue.
In his purport to Srimad Bhagavatam 3.33.7, Aho Bat Asva Pachoto Ato Gariyayan. Srila Prabhupada
Ahobato
explained
Swapachoto Gariyan.
Gariyan. Okay.
Jivagre Namatobhyam. It's a beautiful verse. Everybody should buy it. Ahobato Swapachoto Gariyan. Okay.
Srila Prabhupada explained that anyone who, with a pure mentality, chants the holy name, even if born of a low family, has not only purified himself, but is quite competent to deliver others. He is competent to speak on the importance of the transcendental name, and it is understood that he has already in previous births performed all kinds of austerities, studied the Vedas, and performed all sacrifices and other Vedic rituals. On the basis of this verse, Pritudas asked Srila Prabhupada a question. I asked you, since I was chanting Krishna's names, whether I had been living in my previous life in India to do all these things? You were vividly amused when you heard my question, saying, that may well be so. Then, however, you became very stern and added, but you should never think like that. I created your good fortune. It might have seemed that due to their sinful activities before taking to Krishna consciousness, Srila Prabhupada's Western disciples could not have been devotees in previous lives. However, Srila Prabhupada explained, previously you American boys and girls were addicted to eating meat and engaging in many abominable habits, yet you immediately took to this process.
Abominable. Abominable.
Abominable. habits,
Abominable. Prabhu, abominable.
abominable. Okay, habits, yet you immediately took to this process. This is because in your last life you performed some Krishna conscious activity, but somehow or other could not complete the process. More on this point, one ordinary does not begin to practice Bhakti Yoga unless he has practiced it in previous births. Moreover, one can begin Bhakti Yoga only by the mercy of the spiritual master and Krishna. Sorry. Once Srila Prabhupada confided to a group of disciples, in your last life, you were all Brahmanas. Otherwise, how could you come to the platform of Krishna consciousness so quickly? Actually, my Guru Maharaj has ordered all of you to take birth to help me spread this mission. Now we are all together again.
Okay, Prabhu. Some of the devotees can read. Thank you. Okay. Kartikeya Rishi, are you there back? No, he is not there at all. Okay. Okay, Paramatmananda Prabhu, you can start.
Hare Krishna. Not elevated, but one great qualification. His early followers were young, immature, untrained, and inexperienced. Many of them had suffered mental, moral, and spiritual disorders as a
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Paramatmananda Prabhu,
Yes,
something
Prabhu.
happened. We are
Hare
not able to
Krishna.
hear anything. We are not able to hear anything.
Now, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, you can start. Spiritual disorders, you have to read.
Am I audible now, Prabhu?
Yes, 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 you can read. Continue.
Okay. Spiritual disorders as a result of their sojourn in the counterculture and possibly from post-war American society itself. In short, Srila Prabhupada constructed his movement out of dubious raw material. Although Srila Prabhupada often praised his disciples and thanked them for helping him, he was also sometimes frank about their cultural level. We have to select workers from the worst class, those who were finished 10th class. They have no intelligence. The hippie life spoiled them. Varna Shankara. Srila Prabhupada said that he is trying to engage everyone, fools, rascals, thieves, anyone in Krishna consciousness, and that it is almost impossible to find disciples who are able to follow strictly. This is our movement. We have to select men from the worst class. Papi tapi joto chilo laughs. Nobody will come here after passing MA, PhD. The most fallen we have to select. Papi tapi joto chilo hori name uddharilo. This is our position. We have to select our workers from the worst class of the society. Papi and Tapi. But we shall prove by Harinam they become Krishna conscious. That is the movement. You trace the history of everyone, all worst third class, and they come here, and that is Krishna conscious movement. How many Dr. Swarupas have come? If we speak frankly, all from the worst class, those who were finished, it is said, Papi Tapi Joto Chilo. Papi and Tapi are not first class, they are 10th class. Papi Tapi Joto Chilo Hori Name Uddharilo. This is the test of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement, that how many Papi Tapis have been picked up. ব্রজেন্দ্র নন্দেন যেই শচীসুত হইল সেই বলরাম হইল নিতাই দিস ইজ গৌর নিতাই হোয়াট ইজ দেয়ার বিজনেস নাও পাপি তাপি যত ছিল হরি নামে উদ্ধারিল দিস ইজ দেয়ার বিজনেস this is their business yes to deliver all the papis and tapis so how is that Tara Shakhi Jagai and Madhai. See, Jagai Madhai. It is not imaginary. So we have to deliver all Jagais and Madhais. This is our movement. Even before heading for America, Srila Prabhupada knew well that Orthodox Hindus deemed Westerners to be untouchable mlechas and yavanas, wholly unfit for initiation into Vedic culture. Srila Prabhupada wanted to prove them wrong, yet he practically experienced that the attempt to turn Europeans and Americans into Brahmanas was like trying to wash coal.
Devotees understand the analogy over here. Trying to
Yes,
wash
sir.
the coal. How is that trying to wash the coal? Hare Krishna. Does anybody know what is meant by what is here? I don't know. Haribol.
After washing so many times, it will be black only.
The point is that what the Brahmanas were thinking is that it is like washing coal. The same way you are trying to initiate these Westerners who can never become Brahmanas. That is what is their analogy. But that is not true. In the coal, you get diamonds. So like that, we should think like that. Coal, when it is washed, you get diamonds inside. Not that only coal is there. Sometimes, yeah. Okay, anyhow. Hare Krishna. So please continue.
In the estimation of Karnadhara Das, an early ISKCON leader, although he told us how much
Hare
we
Krishna.
helped
It
him,
is not Karnadhara. It is
Karan
not Karnadhara.
Karandhara.
Karandhara.
Yes, yes, yes. In the
Prabhu,
estimation
be
of
Hare Krishna. Be slow and read properly. It's not
okay,
Karnadhara. It is Karandhara. Please.
okay, okay. In the estimation of Karandhara Das, an early ISKCON leader, although he told us how much we helped him, we were at least as much trouble and gave him as many headaches as we did any service. Srila Prabhupada's disciples brought him so many problems that he would have been much more peaceful had he not accepted them. As he revealed in a 1969 letter, if all problems come to me, even personal problems, then it becomes a heavy task for me. I received your letter full of problems, Gargamunis full of problems, Raya Ramas full of problems, and similarly ISKCON medias full of problems. If everyone's problems are sent to me, then who will solve my problems? I have divided these departments to solve problems. But if in the end they are all sent to me and I have to tackle, then just imagine what is my position. The best thing would be to stop all activities and simply chant Hare Krishna. However, the situation was not hopeless. Srila Prabhupada's mercy outweighed all disqualifications for those disciples who were sincere enough to take advantage of it. Tamala Krishna Goswami related. In 1974, on the instruction of Srila Prabhupada, I was in a hospital in Bombay for an operation. Just before the surgery, I closed my eyes to take shelter of Sri Sri Radha Rajbihari and Srila Prabhupada and envisioned the Aarti ceremony to their lordships. Then the anesthesia took effect. While I was unconscious, I had a dream that the previous acharyas called Srila Prabhupada and asked him, for a report of his preaching activities on this planet. He then reported, "These people I am preaching to are totally disqualified. They have no good qualities, no culture, no spiritual knowledge, no sense control, or anything else required for a spiritual life. But they have one good qualification: they have somehow taken shelter at my feet." After the surgery, I was wheeled back into my hospital room and found Srila Prabhupada waiting for me there. He had driven all the way from Juhu into the center of Bombay in a jeep to try to have the operation stopped. It was at that time that I told him of my dream, and his divine grace confirmed it.
Did any
Right.
devotees hear about this pastime previously
Yeah.
before reading here?
Yes, Prabhu, I heard.
Yeah, if you hear Maharaj lectures, then definitely you will get to hear this. Maharaj, at least in 2, 3 lectures, he mentioned this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Prabhu, I
Okay.
did not understand this. Hare Krishna.
What is that?
As Bombay in a jeep to try to have the operation stopped. What is the meaning?
Yeah, there is something that after I will build back to the hospital room and found Srila Prabhupada waiting for me. He had driven all the way from. They wanted to stop. Prabhupada wanted to stop the operation, but he didn't stop. It seems operation took place. Yeah,
Okay.
something is there. I don't know the details.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
In another incident in which I was present in Vrindavan, perhaps in 1973, in Srila Prabhupada's sitting room, some Brijvashi guests were criticizing his Western disciples for their lack of culture. Srila Prabhupada agreed, but he also said, "They have one great qualification: they do whatever I say." From this, it was understood that Srila Prabhupada considered that this one qualification outweighed all others, even considerable manifest disqualifications. Bhavananda Das similarly recalled, "One day in Mayapur in 1974, Srila Prabhupada said, 'You have all been sent by Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur to help me in spreading this mission.' I said, 'Srila Prabhupada, how can that be? We were born into the lowest kinds of families, raised on meat and all sorts of abominable things. How could we have been sent by Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur?' Srila Prabhupada looked at me and said, 'That was only superficial. When you heard the holy name, you immediately came running. The transformation of these devotees is visible.'" Prabhu, can you explain it once? The meaning, deep meaning.
Oh, I was doing something else. One day in Mayapur in 1974, Srila Prabhupada said, "You have all sent by me to help me." I said, "Srila Prabhupada, how can that be? You are born into the lowest kinds of families, raised on the meat and all sorts of things. How could we be sent by Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur?" Srila Prabhupada said, "That was only super." Yes. Yes, yes. This was what. This is very, very important. Actually, I missed it to hear, but this is very, very important. Actually, the thing is, Srila Prabhupada's disciples who came to Prabhupada and took initiation and took dedicated their lives, they're not ordinary people. Just like you see some Westerners coming and to Krishna consciousness nowadays. So Prabhupada's disciples are very special in that way that even we should not see that even the greatest devotees like Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It is said that Bhaktivinoda Thakur took fish. Somebody might say like that, but that's all superficial. We should not see that. So when it is for Bhaktivinoda Thakur like that, some material things are seen superficial. So then when Prabhupada disciples are seen superficial, then what to speak of Bhaktivinoda Thakur and all those exalted Vaishnavas? Like so it is in all ways. I mean, first is that Prabhupada also said that I am your fortune. You know, you don't have any fortune, I am your fortune. And second, another time you said that this is the thing, that whatever has happened, whatever you have done, abominable things, that was only superficial. But one thing we should understand, that although Prabhupada said that that was only superficial, but when devotees, when Prabhupada left, many devotees couldn't tolerate Prabhupada's, I mean, Prabhupada's leaving this world. So many devotees fallen also. I mean, they again went back to their abominable life. I don't know whether it's devotees understood this or not. Do you? So the point is that as long as Prabhupada was there, Mara spoke this in one few lectures. As long as Prabhupada was there, they could think that they could even sense that, or they could even go to that extent that they were thinking that they were able to conquer lust. Can you imagine? Because of association of Prabhupada, they could feel that they were conquering lust. But when Prabhupada left, it is up to them individually to actually live with that. But those who lived with that, they continued in Krishna consciousness. But those who couldn't, they again fall down. Of course, it is up to Prabhupada and Krishna, and it is not who we are to point out that somebody is Prabhupada's disciple has fallen or not fallen, because our condition itself is very dangerous nowadays. Anytime we may fall. So the whole thing here, what I am thinking is that we should not look into Prabhupada. That's why when Prabhupada's disciples or anybody nowadays, I mean now, even if they don't follow so much, they don't wear dhoti, right hand, left hand so much, they don't bother, and they don't serve directly how they were serving. Personally, myself, I don't mind so much. I don't see at all. But those being Indians, they come from Indian background, and they have read Prabhupada's books so many times. And if they do, then I become very little bit angry on them. But generally, I avoid Prabhupada's disciples, whoever, because we should not look upon all these things. Just forget it. We should have that eyes. I don't know whether devotees are getting it, what I am trying to explain here. So I'm trying to say that Prabhupada disciples are not ordinary souls, but at the same time, having said that they are not ordinary souls, that doesn't make a make a clear-cut way. Whatever they may do, they will just go back home, back to Godhead. It's not like that also. So it is up to each and every individual whether they are performing devotional service or not. And it is up to Krishna and Prabhupada to see whether they are doing it nicely or not. That's what I am seeing. Prabhupada also said this. Now you are happies. From hippies, you became happies. Don't try to again become hippies. If you don't follow again, you will become hippies. So that's also is there. I'm thinking so. I don't know if anybody wants to contribute on this or say something. You can say this is very, very important. Even if it is they might say that actually it is going on. Some devotees think that some Prabhupada disciples also think that Prabhupada disciples, sons and daughters, they need not be reformed or purified. They are already purified because they are born to Prabhupada disciples. It's not like that. Even if they are born to Prabhupada disciples, they have to follow four regulative principles. They have to chant Hare Krishna. They have to read Prabhupada's books. Just because you're born to Prabhupada disciple, that doesn't make you liberated soul. Unless and until you practice Krishna consciousness. Unless the Prabhupada disciple or whoever it is, he takes full charge of that son or daughter to make them Krishna conscious. And it is applicable for everybody for that matter. Only Ramdas Prabhu is lifting his hand. Other devotees, I'm not saying they're very nice devotees who read Prabhupada's books and all. So why don't you also lift your hand? I will let me ask one devotee maybe. Okay. Oh, okay, Ramdas Prabhu, first you speak out, then I can ask some devotees because this is important. Everybody should understand.
It's okay. Ask them first, and I'll go afterwards. Let them get a chance to speak.
Yeah. Okay, Atindriya Prabhu, you have anything to say in this?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay. Mataji's also you can say if you have anything to say regarding what I spoke. It's not that I am speaking and you're hearing and then we'll go on. Because we want interaction also sometimes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam Prabhu.
No, Pranam. Yes.
Prabhuji, one thing what just actually I want to share is, as you said, we are not that much qualified to discuss about Prabhupada disciples. Because, as you said, first of all, we have to become thorough in Krishna consciousness and then we can decide about others or we can find fault or something. Better we don't get involved in that much discussion. So better we will do our sadhana first and then we can see about this.
Yeah.
But one
So
thing
basically what you're
actually,
saying is correct.
but actually what I see nowadays, Prabhuji, like what is going on in our ISKCON also sometimes the message is actually getting too much diluted or these practices also. Nowadays, as you have said yesterday also, people having beard and doing kirtan or have wearing some dhoti. Instead of dhoti, they are wearing some short and he is playing mridanga and all. So sometimes I
See,
too
the
feel
thing
like that.
is, yeah. Sorry.
Actually, I too feel like that, Prabhuji. But seeing all these nowadays, is our movement getting diluted or some instructions are not being followed? But I think better I do first of all my reading and my chanting thoroughly, or why to comment others or why to find fault in others. But yesterday, as you said, we find so many things nowadays diluted, probably, like most of the practices.
Yeah. So we should have two eyes to see it properly. See, as far as Prabhupada disciples are here, the context is regarding Prabhupada's disciples. Because Prabhupada is speaking about his own disciples. So better we be careful about Prabhupada's disciples. That is first my thought about Prabhupada's disciples. Better we don't see anything, whatever it is, whatever they do in Krishna consciousness. If they are trying to follow four regulative principles and 16 rounds, even if they have beards, even if they have anything for that matter, actually personally, even if it is a sannyasi, guru, or anybody for that matter, I don't at all see anything for that matter. Even Maharaj also pointed out that it was my God brothers, I pointed out, but you have to be careful. That's what Maharaj said in one lecture when he was asked by Vasudev Datta Prabhu long back in Yerkad camp. Because at that time, this hospital, this all midday meals was newly coming up in Krishna consciousness. And now it has become a habit and nobody bothers. But at that time, it was like a blast. It was like a blast explosion. Suddenly, devotees felt divided. Bhakti Maharaj is saying something, other gurus are saying something. It was like that. What to do? What to do? But over a period of time, we all understood that I took it in that way that I don't bother what Prabhupada's disciples are doing or saying. But the tier two devotees, I mean those devotees, sometimes I point out. But if they are Indians, I point out. But we have to be always careful. We have to be careful that this. See what happens is those devotees who point out it Maya in such a way that it they themselves fall into that trap. For example, if I point out that particular devotee is fallen because of being with women or something like that, okay, we'll take it like that extreme example. Then it will happen that one day I will also be like that. It is becoming like that. It is because that's why we have to be very very careful. And although I point out, but it is very very cautiously I do it, and still I'm not able to tolerate. So that's why I do it. But better we be careful. First thing is, and so third thing is that at the same time, those devotees who come up to us personally, like for example, some devotees come up to us and ask specifically, "What is this, Prabhu?" Then we should not mince words or say that, okay, what is up to you? You should not do it. We should tell what is true, what is actually the truth, and at the same time caution him that unnecessarily you don't involve into this and you do your devotions. That's what my suggestion to anybody. Okay, this is wrong. Yes, you are able to sense that this is wrong. You be careful. How I see is that Krishna is providing me, like for example, today one incident happened to me, which I am trying to tell you immediately because see, the thing is that Prabhupada, in one instance, one Mataji was carrying one bhoga in one hand and prasadam in one hand. That means bhoga means somebody has given some bhoga for the deities, and she is carrying in one hand, and the offered prasadam she is carrying in another hand. Prabhupada said, "You cannot carry both in once. You one thing, you catch prasadam and put it in one place, wash your hands, and take a bhoga and put it inside the deity room." That's what Prabhupada said. I said the same thing to one devotee because he was carrying some fruits for his deities, and he's also carrying the offered prasadam. I told him, but he said, you see how devotees are very clever. He said, "There is skin and inside we offer na Prabhu, so that is not a problem." And he's carrying a box. He said that that box is not prasadam, inside there is prasadam. So this is called as Vitanda Vadana. So although I didn't do anything, my relationship is very good. So I said what I would say. I said big Hare Krishna and I did pranams to him and I left. We can't say anything to devotees nowadays. See how his mentality changed from a very nice jovial to he's thinking that I am pointing out some mistake. Vitandavadana went in such a way that he's saying that the oranges which I am offering, inside I will offer. I will not touch. I will throw it anyhow. But see such, can you imagine what kind of ideas people are having? How people get these argumentative ideas? So then I thought better I shouldn't have told him. So, but in Telugu we say undabattaka means we are not able to restrain ourselves. We say something, but nowadays devotees cannot hear. Today's devotees are DIY. Mostly devotees are DIY. DIY means do it yourself. They don't want anybody to tell them. No Mataji wants anybody to tell them. No Prabhuji wants anybody to tell them. Their guru is just for the sake of guru to give diksha, name. Whether they are having beard, whether they are having, nobody says. That's why the movement is like this in one sense. Those who have to say, they don't say. Those who should not say, they will speak so much. What can be said? What can be done? A big Hare Krishna and applause to all devotees. Hare Krishna. Okay, Ramdas Prabhu, you wanted to say something?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I forgot what it was I was going to say.
Govinda, Narayana, Vasudeva. Okay, forget it. Okay, you recollect and then you can tell. Okay. Saurabhji, you can start reading.
Hare Krishna. The transformation of these devotees is visible.
Yeah, the main important is transformation of devotees. That should be visible. Whatever may be the thing. That's why some devotees think that if you have relationship, you can tell. But there is a problem also. Even if you have relationship, that might broke also. Many times it happened to me because because my behavior is very jovial. I like I mingle within minutes. I can mingle with people, with new people, with old people. I can gel with anybody, whatever it is. It's my nature. But because of that, I've ended up into so many problems also because I am very jovial. And sometimes I tell directly what, and they become offended. They think that, Arey Baba, you just met like, and you're telling me. So it doesn't matter. We have to, and so many juniors also told me, I don't take it very as an offending or anything. I take it very, very sincerely. I know so many times, so many devotees told me so many things. Um, I should not say the names of the devotees. I am the first person to say that I do sorry to many devotees. It's not that I'm trying to propose myself as great or anything, but better be like that. If something has happened, offended, you be the first person to say sorry. In that way, you just like husband and wife, it happens in the house. So much fightings. Better husband says sorry to the wife better because women are very emotional. So better in that way the relationship goes. So that's why I think that if any problem is there between devotees, the better I say sorry first. I take it like that. Whatever. Many times it happened with many devotees. We had because we are coming from not from even if they are coming from same mother's womb, we have differences. So it's not that we should all be like a what is that? It's what is humanoid robots. Everybody works in one way. It's not like that. Everybody has their different things. But we have to be cooperative with each other at the same time. If yeah, mistakes happen, and then we can just say sorry and humbly fall at their feet and then pay obeisances and then continue our services. No need to become so mental about this and then think so much. That's what I think. I don't think anything. I go ahead, but some things I keep it what to do because we are humans. I'm not stones as such. I don't know whether I'm making some sense or not here. Yeah, continue. We'll stop once this is over. Yes.
Each and every member of this society was rescued from a very abominable condition, but now they are engaged in preaching the cult of Krishna consciousness. They are not only cured of the disease called materialism, but are also living a very happy life. Everyone accepts them as great devotees of Krishna, and their qualities are manifest in their very faces. Everything is possible by the grace of the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he specifically appeared to reclaim the most fallen souls. And I find it practically daily that although these boys and girls are fallen in the material estimate, they have taken to this Krishna consciousness movement very seriously, and the result is very quick. The newspaper reporters advertise about these boys and girls as bright-faced, and actually it is so. By nature, these American boys and girls are fair complexioned or white. They are beautiful also. And when they take to Krishna consciousness with the symbols of Mala and a Tilak, they appear to be coming directly from Vaikuntha planets. Whatever downfalls or difficulties any of Srila Prabhupada's disciples may have been through, they are all glorious due to their connection with him. Having had the opportunity to assist him in spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world. Some have led outstanding lives of dynamically disseminating Krishna consciousness in a particular area or throughout the world.
Okay. See, just see what Maharaj is writing here. We should take lesson from this. Whatever downfalls or difficulties any of Prabhupada's disciples may have been through, they are all glorious due to their connection with him. This is the only point. We should understand our position and Prabhupada's disciple. Our position is also nothing. We have nothing, like, for that matter, myself, I'm speaking, what we are without Prabhupada and what we are nothing. Varna Sankara population. We are fresh out of Maya. And without Prabhupada, we are nothing. And Prabhupada disciples, just because they are having connection with Prabhupada, whatever downfalls or difficulties they have, all can be mitigated. Yeah, one thing is that some has gone too far in getting deviated. We should not hear from him. That association matters a lot. So we have to be careful in that way, that we should not take their association or hear them, but we should not unnecessarily speak about them and offend them. This is what is my stand. Like Maharaj, he speaks about his god brothers because he is in a different role. He is a guru, he is a leader, he has to take care of so many devotees, he is answerable to so many people's questions. So we should not take Bhakti Vikas Maharaj's words per se as it is, and then we have to ditto unless and until we have an opportunity. Like, for example, some devotees like Narottam Prabhu, who is heading Kurmagram, like Sabyasachi Prabhu, Achyuta Krishna Prabhu, or Gokul Chandra Prabhu, they are responsible, like Radhesham Prabhu, Gauranga Prabhu, they are responsible for their posts. Like, they have to do so many things. So it's not so easy to lead a society, lead so many people. They are answerable to so many things. We are nothing. We are in a bubble, just with some wife, children, or some in the ashram, few devotees, like a brahmachari ashram. But otherwise, we have nothing to do much. So they are doing so many things. So we should be broad enough to understand their position. Here, there's so much to say. Okay, anyhow, we will stop here, and Krishna willing, we will meet tomorrow, and we'll continue from not all we are hippies. Not all were hippies. Okay, I will bookmark it before it vanishes.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, you wanted to say something?
Like last point, you have that not all it all glorious activities because they are connected with Srila Prabhupada. So can you paste somewhere in the WhatsApp channel or something?
What is that?
Previous page, Prabhu.
Okay.
Yeah, this one. Can you paste somewhere? Yeah. Whatever downfalls.
So you want me to copy and paste, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. Share.
Okay, I will share whatever. I'll share. One second.
Please. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, Asita Prabhu is there. Asita Prabhu is there. Asita Prabhu is not there, I think. Apurvanand is not there. Okay, I will tell him. Okay. So we'll stop here and we will meet tomorrow at this time. Until then, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sandhibhyocha. Padidanam bhavanabhyo Vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Anantapati Vaishnava Bhaktavrindi ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj ki jai. The mood and mission of Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, Hare Krishna. And one more thing I wanted to say, that if devotees feel that I am not speaking properly or I am speaking something here and there, you can stop me and cross question me, no problem. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.